Good evening, everyone. I'm Brad Hulett.
And I'm Carrie Lazarus. A legal battle brewing in the city of Syracuse tonight. A disabled man tased by a police officer on a city bus says he intends to sue.
News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan spoke with a man who says this is a case of discrimination.
This is security camera footage of a dramatic scene that unfolded back in May on a Centro bus. Brad Hulett planned to do what he says he always does, ride the bus while standing. Hulett suffered neurological damage in 1991 after being hit by 2 trains and is handicapped.
Because of my back feels better standing up than sitting down, and puts more pressure on the 2 herniated discs.
When the driver asked him to sit down, Hulett refused. Syracuse Police were called. Officers ordered him to get off the bus. He again refused, saying he was doing nothing wrong.
I paid to be on the bus, therefore I was not on there illegally, and I was not doing nothing that was not in my right.
Because Hulett refused, after about a minute of back and forth, police took their response to the next level. The officer appears to lift up Hulett's shirt and fires his taser gun. Now, Hulett and his lawyer, Rick Guy, will sue the city of Syracuse, Onondaga County, and Centro. The case is based on what Guy says was excessive and unnecessary force.
And using a neurological weapon on somebody who has blatant neurological impairment.
Hulett also says he was discriminated against in not being allowed to stand. He says other passengers that day were not forced to sit, and he stood himself on a different bus earlier in the day and many times before. There had been other times he was forced to sit but got off the bus and lost his fare, something he didn't want to do this time.
But I can't do so because I look and sound everything like I do, which is discrimination on their part.
What compelled them to jump so quickly to the use of a neurological weapon on a visibly handicapped man?
Following the first taser shot, Hulett is picked up and dragged outside and onto the sidewalk, where he was tasered again, then dragged away and arrested. Because of the altercation, Hulett says he suffered a broken hip and still walks with a cane. Today, he says he regrets not telling police about his back problems, but his lawyer says he didn't have the chance.
The officers weren't in a listening mode, and they seemed intent on jumping right to the use of force.
There are charges filed against Hulett for resisting arrest, something his lawyer wants thrown out immediately. The Syracuse Police Department, City of Syracuse, Onondaga County, and Centro all could not comment because of ongoing litigation. Carrie?
Well, Andrew, Hulett obviously was more comfortable standing up. But for him and for everybody else who rides a bus, is that a right? Do people have a right to stand while they're riding the bus?
Well, Hulett says he stands the majority of the time and it isn't a problem, but Centro says their drivers are there to gauge safety of specific passengers and can take action and insist that a passenger sit down if it's deemed unsafe. So Centro was in the right to ask him to sit.
All right. Thank you very much, Andrew Donovan. We appreciate that. And in addition to the incident on the bus, Brad Hulett plans to sue Onondaga County for what he says happened afterwards in jail. He claims he was forced to stand up in his wheelchair with a broken hip, and a nurse there did not give him proper care.